All right, y'all. It's Shug, Digital G of the city, representing the Grind Infotainment. And here I have in the house with me Miss Cassandra Bennet, as well as Mr. Albert Bennett. And how y'all doing today?
Doing good. Doing good.
Busy day, but I'm good.
So now we're here at the rehearsal for a project that you're working on. And let us know the name of that project.
Borderline.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about Borderline.
So Borderline follows the story of my main character Alexis and basically her struggles of generational curses, her past, what she's dealing with now in an abusive relationship, and ultimately her triumph over that relationship and her past, and going to what she always wanted to do, which was to write.
Okay. All right. And now, Albert, tell us your part in this production as well.
So, well, I handle like sound production for it. So we collaborated. We came together on this. So she wrote all of like the stage things or whatever. And so we came together, and for each character, we created like theme songs. We also created specific sounds and decided which songs we wanted to use to fill different scenes. So I was more so of a sound engineer for this project.
Okay, cool. Now, Cassandra, is this your, how many projects have you worked on so far?
Honestly, I've worked on a couple, but this is my first solo project. So majority of what I worked on was in school because we both went to Coker University, and there I took up theater and creative writing. So I worked on projects within the school system, but this is like my first solo project that was written and directed by me.
Okay. All right, so what inspired you to get into actually writing your own productions?
Honestly, it started out when I was younger. Growing up, I used to always make up stories with him, tell him stories, and I thought of different ways. I see a film, and I said, well, it could have been better if they did it this way. And from that, a passion grew of writing and wanted to create my own stories. And so I actually started out in business, but when I transferred out of the school I was currently going to Coker, I switched it up to creative writing, and there is where everything just took root, and now I'm where I'm at now. So.
Okay. All right. And now, Albert, how long have you been doing sound and production?
Well, I've been doing it for a while now, but on like a more professional level, I've been doing it for like, I would say 3 or 4 years now. Started out just doing it for my parents' church. They didn't have a sound person, so defaultly, if you're the son of the pastor, you kind of have to do a lot. So that's what sparked it, and then ended up going to school for music and working with the theater department for productions, doing sound for Coker.
Nice. Now, Cassandra, before you got into writing and working on different plays and projects, what did you used to do before that?
I was a basketball player. I played ball. I played high school ball and college ball. Other than that, I just played ball and gamed a little bit. But I started to take my writing serious around my last year of college ball. I took it serious, and this is where I'm at now. But I was a devout basketball player for the majority of my life.
Okay, so out of curiosity, what inspired the shifting of lanes for you?
Honestly, it came from, I would say, it started out my last year. It wasn't going the way I wanted it to as far as the season, so I just decided to take a break from it and focus on my writing, and there's where I found I had some good talent. And I felt, in my way, I feel like if God give you a gift, and why not use it? Why let it go to waste? So I decided to take it more seriously, and that's basically.
I like that. Now, Albert, what did you do before you started getting into sound production?
Well, I tried to be a basketball player. I made it through high school, went to college, and tried it, but it didn't work out for me there. It just wasn't for me to have it. And I originally was a engineering student, not music or sound engineering, but like a mechanical and programming engineering student. But I ended up transferring and deciding to focus solely on music.
Okay. Nice. So now, I'm going to ask both of you, and you can answer individually. Do you regret the change that you made?
Personally, I say I don't regret it only because I feel like I'm better now than I was before because I was so much into playing basketball and going overseas and playing professional ball that I kind of like, I would say, neglected this side of me, which was the writing and creative side. And I feel that I honestly believe that God allowed it to where I didn't get what I wanted to get out of college ball so that I could shift to this lane because I believe and know that this is where He wants to use me to like tell different stories to help different people because everybody don't go to church, you know? And like it's a way of like showing His love and showing Him through a creative way that people can intake and relate to. So like just being able to write different stories and being able to basically collab with God and He showed me I don't regret it at all. It's actually made me a lot better in my writing as well as my personal life as well.
Me myself, I would say it's actually quite the opposite because I've been a musician all my life. Like started playing drums when I was 4, and I kind of neglected music for a while. Like I was still playing throughout the years, but I think of how far along I could be if I would have, stopped a little sooner. But I don't take any of it for granted because pursuing sports allowed me to do things I never thought I would do. Like I flew for the first time when I got to college because of sports. And so it opened up a lot of gates and it really showed me, more importantly, that I could navigate more than one world and that I wasn't just stuck in one avenue. That's a great feeling too because, things can happen and life happens and things change. So
I definitely admire the past and the present transition that you both have undergone because a lot of people are afraid to step out on faith. And I want to know, how nervous were you about creating your own production, stepping out from working on the other productions?
I was very nervous because like I've always been the type to like to be behind the scenes, but I can say with this new avenue, like God is pushing me forward to where like I don't like really speaking in front of people, but the place that I'm at now, I'm having to do that more often. And then now with me also owning my own production company, it's causing me to have to like kind of let go of my, I guess, security blanket of being able to be hidden and behind the scenes. So I just pretty much that's where I can sum it up.
Now, let people know the name of the production company.
So the name of our production company is Voyage. Our production company is Voyage Production. It's actually a portion of the company. I have an enterprise called Devondra Enterprises, and underneath that enterprise, one of the companies is I'm sorry, not Devondra, but Voyage Production. So.
All right, and now, Cassandra, let everybody know where to find you at social media, as far as the entertainment aspect of it, because I know you probably don't want to put your personal out there, kind of keep it personal from business, but let them know where to find the production company on the social media platforms.
Okay, so right now I haven't yet made a social platform for my production company, but that is also in the works. But for right now, if you want to keep up with me, I'll be able to post it soon. You can follow me on Facebook at Cassandra Bennet. You should see it's a picture of me mean mugging, so that's me, the mean mug with the orange shirt on. But yeah, just follow me on Facebook at Cassandra Bennet.
Okay, and Albert, how about yourself?
You could do the same. We do have an email, but I don't have it pulled up at the moment. But we could possibly leave that with you later to put out. But yeah, same way. I'm in the process of setting up because she has the theater portion. I have the music portion of the production company, and like productions like this, we come together on them. But we're still working on getting some more of the stuff up. So hope that'll be out there soon.
This is really new, actually.
Yes, very new.
We're still getting things done.
And there's nothing wrong with that because you're actually catapulted into a bigger catalyst with the actual production. And so I know that you have a show coming up. Let people know when the play will be
Okay.
presented?
The play was presented to everyone August 23rd. That will be this Saturday at 5 o'clock. If you haven't already, get your tickets. Like I said, you can look me up on Facebook and DM me, and they can get you your tickets as soon as possible. But the production will be tomorrow, Saturday, August 23rd at 5.
Now, it's not just you two that's working on this project together. Tell us about the main character and the person that's playing the main character as well, and what their association is to you.
Okay. So the main character is Alexis, and the person I have playing her is my younger sister Savannah. We didn't really have a theatrical program in high school, but she has always been somewhat of a theatrical person. And I caught eye to that, and I was like, well, maybe she might do good with this part. So basically, like, I told her about it, and she bodied it. So from there, that's basically it. She's a great actress. She played in a play, I want to say her junior year down here. She played in the play, I think it was The Outsiders. She played Candy. I believe that's her name, Candy. So yeah, she has somewhat of a background in acting, but majority of her theatrics come from just her being herself.
Pretty much.
So now, you caught her eye. So, out of curiosity, how easy or difficult is it working with a younger sibling? Now, how many years apart are y'all?
We're a year and a half.
Okay.
I would say the hardest part is separating like family and business, because like everybody, and I've been heard this many a times, that some of the hardest people to work with is your family. And I would say like with her, because like she still sees me as her big sister, we still have that dynamic going even in the business setting. So I would say just separating that was probably the hardest thing, but I would say I've learned a lot, because she's not the only family member that I have actually working on this project. It's actually, I would say, 4 more.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, 4 more. So I learned a lot from that myself.
Well, one thing is that it's definitely a good thing to include family, because who else do you know as well?
Yeah.
From just the years of dealing with them personally, and you kind of have an idea of how to coax them into what you need them to do for the greater good. So who else in the family do you have?
So my mom is playing Michelle. That's Alexis' mother.
Okay.
I also have my sister who's playing Miss Clarissa. That's my youngest sister. That's the baby sister. And I have I would say she's like my adopted sister. She's playing the assistant, and my cousin is playing Luther that comes at the end of the play.
So now,
Brother-in-law.
Also, Lordy, I have a brother-in-law. They just got married not too long ago, but he's playing Terrence. So technically, I have 5. I believe 5.
Congratulations to them on the marriage. So now, with all these different personalities and personal relationships, you told us about how it is working with Savannah. But what about the other family members? Has it been easier?
I would say my mom has been, because she's done acting before. She's been in plays before, so she kind of got a grip on how to be. So it wasn't not necessarily anything with her. I would say the biggest thing was with my family was with scheduling, because we had a lot going on, like personal stuff with family members, and then church and stuff, because we're really active in church. So really like setting the schedule and having to stay with that schedule even with everything else that was going on. So it was more so like a scheduling thing that we had to get around. But
now with this play, are you planning on going on the road with it?
I've been asked that a couple of times. I would say I would see how it does here, and then going on, there's a possibility. I know for a fact that this script that I've made, I want to actually remake it as a film. So that'll probably be a project later on in life. I would say 5-6 years out maybe, but Basically, I'm just basing it off, not solely off of tomorrow's performance, but just like seeing, and then if I see where, yeah, I can do this again, then I'll definitely put it on the road.
Turn it into an actual full-blown movie. Now, when you write it, is it going to be extensively different from how the play is?
Yeah, I've already been working on ideas. So in this play, no one dies that's like seen, but I already know who I'm probably gonna kill off. I know that sounds harsh, but so I've been thinking about aspects of it in film wise. So someone's definitely dying in the film.
Okay. I mean, that's how it happens sometimes. So, you know, I mean, with the creative freedom that you have, I'm very sure that you're gonna, make it phenomenal. And I definitely can't wait to see the production. I'm definitely gonna do everything I can to try to be here tomorrow, so that way I can support in person as well as, be part of the history that you're getting ready to make. And definitely. So now, Albert, do you plan on getting into writing yourself, or are you just gonna stick with the musical side?
We do have some ideas because I'm very much into a genre called Black Surrealism,
Okay.
and so I do a lot of music production, and so I have some ideas for like silent films where it's more so like the music is telling the story, but the actors are acting. That we're going to be working on together soon. But we do have some ideas for writing together, but she's more so the writer than I am when it comes to like theater and acting. I just might have some ideas that might work well, so.
Alright. So now, with your writing, are you gonna actually be in the projects that you come up with in the future? Are you in this?
I'm not in this one. I would say once I grow comfortability with the cameras, you may see me do a small minor part in a film. But as of right now, I don't plan on being on stage anywhere.
That's understandable. Definitely. With your mom having been an actress and working in films and whatnot, I'm pretty sure she can coach you along the way with different techniques to get you a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Even though you have to, it comes from within.
Yeah.
Because I've been there also as far as like, I prefer to be on this side more so than being in front of it. Because it just seems like when I'm trying to be in front of it, I get choked up on what I was saying and different things.
I feel you on that.
So yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Now, Albert, are you going to get into acting at any point?
I may, because a lot of my, I visualize a lot of things. So like I have things that I just hear it, like when I'm asleep. I get a lot of my ideas while I'm asleep. And so like I'll hear something, I'm like, oh, I gotta put that down. But I also like see myself doing things and acting out certain things, and I have a vision of what I want. And I have done acting in the past.
Yeah, he actually he stayed, what I did, because this play that I'm doing now, it was actually my senior thesis, and I did a stage read of it, and he actually voiced the character of Jeffrey.
Yeah.
So he's done somewhat of acting, but he'll be acting, so I probably do something too.
That's good. So now, what do you feel was the hardest obstacle in writing this play?
I would say honestly, just believing in it. There was times before production, I was saying, you know what, I should just throw it away. I shouldn't finish it. I was like literally thinking about just like throwing it away and starting on something new. So I think the hardest part for me was believing that it was something good that could be like brought out to the world. I always thought it was like, it's minute, it's not really. But just believing in it honestly, and believing that there's a message that needs to be heard in it.
So now, for anybody else out there that is interested in writing their own production, like, what is some advice that you would offer for consideration to those?
I would say that's a good question. For me, getting around the right people. I would say surrounding yourself around people that's going to actually push you, because the last thing you want to do is want to do something, but you're surrounding yourself around people that's talking negative about it or saying you shouldn't do it. A part of the reason why I'm here now in this position, like obviously because of God and support of my family, but there was a lady, Mayor Caraway, she's a mayor over Ansonville. I went to her business one day, and basically she sat down with me and showed me how to make my business, and basically like spoke positively to me and encouraging me, so it got me and pushed me to this point. So I would say your circle does matter. So make sure you're around the right people.
So now, you've done the sound at the family church, as well as in college. As far as the music side, are there any particular genres that you're interested in and or have worked in so far?
Well, I produced my mother is a singer as well, and so I produced one album for her this past year or two, and also a single, and we're working on another album. And I've worked with other people on different things too, on some things not necessarily so mainstream, as well as produce my own, because I really love jazz. And I just had a production of my own with a bunch of pieces that I composed. They were contemporary jazz pieces, and I got like a band together of like people that I just know and just play music, and we just brought it to life. But as far as it pertains to genres, I'm the type of person like if you ask any early jazzer, they hated the term jazz because it limited the music. And I don't want to ever limit the music. The music is the message, not necessarily the box you put in. So I want to tell a story, and I don't want to limit my story because it's this, you know. So it's whatever what comes out, what comes to be. Because I mean I like playing everything. My sister's a drummer, and I play various instruments. So when we playing, it can go either way with some of the stuff we play. You know, we switch things up a lot. But one thing I don't want to do is limit what can come out of me by saying this is what I am. I'll never be like I tell people, I'll never be a piano player. I'll never be a bass player. I'll never be a drummer. I'm a musician. So my limit is not what you see me doing, is what God has for me to do. That's my limit.
So, with y'all collaborating and running a production company together, you on the theatrical side as well as yourself on the musical side. What are some of the complications that y'all have had, or if any kind of friction in just trying to agree on like the musical score for the production, for this particular production specifically?
Well, I'll say for me, I understand that although we are partners in this, and that we are we're both equal in decision making for this, that it's for instance, it's not my baby, it's her baby, and so I'm not supposed to be dictating what happens to the baby. I'm supposed to be helping it be birthed out, and so that's been my whole approach to this. So I have ideas and thoughts based off of what I see and what she tells me, and so I go and I find things, and then I'll bring them to her, as well as sometimes we'll sit down and we found some things together. So I understand that although we are partners, there's times where I have to step back because it's not my place in that particular segment. And I think that's what's really helped us in having a partnership, is because we're able to maintain boundaries when it comes to work, even though we do have a brother and sister relationship. I understand that's my sister, but I also see her as my business partner, so I understand that I want to treat her with the same respect that I would expect for her on some projects that I would have for myself. So just let her take lead on all of this and just following suit. has pretty much just been my approach, and just hoping hoping what I put forward is pleasing to her. You
It
know?
also helps that we have similar taste in music.
Yeah,
too,
that definitely helps.
So the music side kind of was together on that.
Yeah,
so.
very much together on that.
That's what's up. Because I definitely like what you said as far as boundaries. And despite the family relationship, understanding in the business that is not so much give and take, but it's understanding and being able as well as willing to say, hey, you know what, let me chill out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For lack of better phrase, let me chill out. Let me let her handle, you know what I'm saying? Because like we said, this is her baby. And, you know, a lot of times we've seen where business partners may not even have the family relationship, but it's like a power struggle.
Yes.
And so, you know, I admire that y'all are able to find balance professionally as well as family-wise in that. So definitely hats off to y'all for that.
Thank you.
Now, what has been one of the more happier moments during collaborating on this project?
Would you like to answer that one?
I think the happiest moment I've had was the fact that he could build that door in one day. And that's what I was worried about, because I was looking for like standalone doors. I couldn't find any, and then we went and got the stuff, and he built that door in one day. So that's the happiest I've been is knowing that door is built.
How about for you, Al?
For me, I would say partially the door too, because it was wearing me out. But just hearing things come together for the first time, because at one point the practices were like raw and unmiked, and we didn't have any of the sound cues yet, so we weren't practicing with sound cues. But actually hearing all that come into play and seeing how it connects cohesively, that was a great feeling for me.
Okay. So now, what is each of your long-term goal with you writing plays, and as well as you handling musical score, sound, production? Like, what is it that you're hoping for in the end?
I would say my long-term goal is staying in God's will for what He has me to do in this. Like I said before, my biggest thing is putting out a message to whoever is willing to listen honestly. And through that message, them finding freedom in it and finding God in it. So that's really it. Just people being able to see and hear what's being put out and see God's glory over and allowing it to overtake them in a positive way to help them in whatever situation that they're in. So I want my projects to speak to those people.
My biggest thing is to not have any regrets. And I don't mean that in like things bad happen, but I don't want to say I regret not doing this or I regret not putting this idea out. So I want to do everything that God has for me. And my biggest thing is limitations. I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to limit myself. And I want to go as far as God will allow me to go. I don't ever want to just be in one place. And so that's my biggest goal.
In future projects coming up, is it still going to be, mom and the sisters and some future
I plan on branching out more, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more actors coming my way. This was more so of like, I actually showed them the script first, the unedited script before I got it copywritten, and they liked it and loved it. And they started actually going over lines before I really even cast it for it. So it was kind of like, I would say a godsend. But going forward, like I do plan on having and inviting more people into like my projects and stuff. So, but you may see, and like you may see some similar faces in a couple of things. But yeah, I do plan on branching out.
And there's nothing wrong with that. One thing in business that I've learned personally is when you have the available resources, you got to take advantage of it. You know, as long as the resources are making themselves available, and in this regards to it being family members, you know, you have their support, so, you know, why not? You know, and it is good to switch it up here and there if you need to, because it's a family thing, like just for y'all to partnering up, you know, so definitely, you know, so I want to lead into asking you, when it comes to doing the casting, like what were some of the things that you were looking for in the actors and actresses?
Range, honestly. I know for my main characters, I would say obviously is Alexis, Jeffrey, and I believe Miss Clarissa. I was looking for range. For Alexis, I knew with Savannah, like I said, I've seen her act before, and she's pretty good with like ranging from, I would say, laughing 1 minute to crying 2 seconds later to yelling. So she had a range in like how she could act, and it all went well together. For Jeffrey, fun fact, I actually met him off of, I had posted a casting call in a film, I believe it was North Carolina Actors film, and he hit me up. Never met him before then, and it was on a Sunday. I texted during church. But he hit me up, and I was like, okay, and I asked him to send me some tapes or videos of him doing a monologue, and I believe he sent me one from, it wasn't a Raisin in the Sun. What's the one with, what's his name?
Are you talking about Fences?
Yeah, Fences. Yes, Fences. He sent me a monologue from Fences, and within that monologue, I saw, okay, I could see him as Jeffrey, because there's a somewhat of a similarity between the two. And then with Clarissa, which is my younger sister, she's always been considered herself a comedian, and Clarissa's more so of the comedic relief in this play, and it just made sense to put it there. Honestly, it just made sense to put it there.
Okay. So now, what are, aside from your own personal views of how you want the productions and more so the script, as well as storyline to go, what are some of the things that you incorporate to differentiate yourself from other people that are doing plays? Because, you know, a lot of times we have influences that kind of, I don't want to say dictate the direction that we go, but a lot of people in our personal circles more than anything can kind of see some mirroring. So what is it that you do to try to kind of keep yourself apart from any of the possible influences in this field?
I would say with writing, when I'm in a mode of writing, it's, I would say, just so I won't get into that mode, I'm writing, then all of a sudden I'm mimicking a character. If, say, if I'm writing a drama, I won't watch nothing that's drama related. Like, I don't want to have any relation of, oh, this reminds me of that character. Like, I don't want that for my character, so I would say that. And then, like, I'm gonna say this in a way that doesn't make me seem like conceited or proudful, but I wouldn't say I don't look up to other directors. I respect what they do, but I try to like make my own way, you know. No disrespect to Tyler Perry, because he's a great writer. He has a great fan base, but I want it to be to where when people see my stuff and say, oh, that's some Cassandra Bennet original, and not, oh, that reminds me of Tyler Perry, you know. So like, no disrespect or slack to them. It's just like, I try to just go my own way. So some things I may do differently than others. I also like to incorporate what my actors think, like thoughts are about certain things. So I'm more open to, whereas I know some directors are more like, no, we're gonna do it this way, then that's fine. I'm more open to ideas to like get the best for the production.
And that's a good way to look at it, and a practice to uphold. because especially with it being the actors that are bringing life, real life to those characters, their input is because, you know, in order for them to execute their roles better, if they're able to give some feedback or whatnot, it kind of helps, especially with tailoring certain scenes or certain dialogue of and film stage plays and everything. So that's definitely commendable because you do have a lot of people that are my way or no way out there, and sometimes that kind of stagnates their processes. So definitely hats off for that as well. Now, how long did it actually take you to write the script?
Okay, so I said earlier that this was my senior thesis. I would say I was told in my writing class that I had to write a full-length play by, I want to say May of that following year, because when we did it, I was told that probably like March of the year before. I didn't start writing until December of that year. So it was like, because I was still doing basketball and I wasn't really taking it serious. So I didn't really like start writing for real until I put basketball to the side. So I wouldn't say I crash wrote, but I technically crash wrote this play. And over time I had time to go back and flesh it out and make it better. But yeah, I was told to start writing in March, but I started writing in December of 2022. And it was staged in May of 2023.
Now, with the musical scores album, like how tedious was the process for you to just like kind of figure out, having read the script to like, hey, this might sound good, or this it's not good.
It was like like for instance, we have like sound effects in there as well, like a doorbell, phone ringing. So one of the most tedious things were like editing the sounds so that they don't play too long, or some sounds that I got had some like spots where it sounded sort of corrupted, so I had to kind of edit that out, and really just finding stuff that fit well. The most tedious thing was just really looking and making sure I found sounds that really worked. Because some of them were what we were looking for, but they wouldn't have worked in the setting per se. That honestly, that was the tedious part. That was the most tedious part.
So now, forgive the way this is going to come across. I just have to. So, on a scale, and this is for your first album, on a scale of 1 to 10, how proud are you of your work on this project?
So I would say my proudness of it is a 10. My nervousness of it is a 10 too, because although I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish, what we've done, and what we're gonna do on the day that is actually acted out. I'm also like, I'm the type of person, I constantly analyze what I'm doing, trying to find how I can make it better. So I'm looking at different parts of where I have different sounds or something. I'm like, I could maybe dial this back a little more here, or make this longer, elongate this or something. So it's always that aspect to it. So while I am very much proud of what we've been able to accomplish here, like I'm always trying to find out how we can make it better.
Cassandra, same question. Like, because you said that you had to develop the belief in not just yourself, but the project itself also. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you feel you're at?
I would say A 9. Only because how do I put this? I'm just I'm just now seeing, but in a way, like seeing it staged, and I see like the impact that it'll have on others and people going through the situation that Alexis is going through within the production, and also with the writing of it. There's earlier writings of that story where I was still in college that I'm trying to burn and get rid of, but he has the original copy. So. But I would say writing wise, I'm proud of that because it's gotten better. Because I had more time to flesh it out and really like dig into it and really like look and read and think about it. The way some things was happening like a year ago, I've totally completely changed around. So I would say I'm pretty proud of the writing and how far it's came since December of 2022.
Most definitely. And I definitely appreciate your honesty, both of you, because, you know, it shows the humbleness. And I think that's very important that, you know, I mean, even a person on Tyler Perry's level, you know, it's hard to hold on to that humbleness, you know. So definitely, I definitely appreciate that honesty, because there's a lot of people that, oh, 10's not high enough, and you know, and we've seen some people who are not down anybody, but we've seen where, okay, maybe they could have done this a little better, and so I can tell that you're a perfectionist, and so, you know, with you scaling it at a 9, you know, it shows that in some ways, you know, you're still thinking, hey, what more can I do?
It's always room for improvement.
So
always room for improvement.
Definitely, I appreciate that. So now, once this project is out and running, how long before we can expect the next project? Do you have any ideas of like the direction that you want to go in? You don't have to tell them if you don't want to.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I've been thinking my next. Well, I plan on doing a short film after this, but following that short film is either going to be a musical or it's going to be another play. I haven't decided yet. But it's one of the two. I do have a film idea that I plan on working on, but that won't be out till later because I really want to like cover my bases on that. But I know I have a short film that'll probably end up coming out later this year, early next year, and then following that another play.
So now, a more deeper question. With your writing, like, of course you had to study situations to kind of base the message of. So like with that, what are some of the things that helped you kind of mold the storyline as well as, you know, your characters?
I would say like not all, but majority of my stuff is based off of like real life situations. I'm a PK, a preacher's kid, so I've experienced and seen a lot from that aspect and seeing like my parents like help people with different things going on and being able to take from that and basically build on that. The character Alexis is actually based off a couple of different testimonies that I've heard over the years of different women, and I basically put that together and made the character Alexis. So I would say my stuff is basically real life. Very suddenly will I make up just a character out of thin air, and then like with some of the characters that I make, I take from different things that I see. So mine is based off of experiences.
So now, another deep question is, for some of the things that might not be quite as positive based off of the experiences and emotions that some of the people that have had the testimonies and everything, how do you, if able to, do you not internalize it just as far as like the emotional of what somebody is going through?
Yeah. I would say I'm still working on that aspect because I know with like writing, to write a dark character, you have to somewhat be in a dark place.